Breaking: FBI catches Martell Holt red-handed at crime scene. Shocking everyone instantly, what just happened in Huntsville has left fans, critics, and basically everyone with a pulse completely speechless. How does a reality TV star, a man who once strutted through life like he owned every camera and microphone, suddenly become the center of an FBI investigation? Was it a moment of madness, a plan gone wrong, or something far more sinister? Imagine the charisma, the suits, the Instagram perfect life, gone in a single headline. And we're not talking a little scandal here. We're talking full-blown, cameras rolling, court of public opinion disaster. Did Martell Holt really think his charm could outrun federal law enforcement? Could his fame and fan base really shield him from the consequences of what went down? And let's be real, the internet is already losing it. Tweets are flying, memes are being born, and conspiracy theories are multiplying faster than a reality show reunion fight. By the end of this video, you'll see why this isn't just another celebrity mishap. This is the kind of story that gets whispered about for years. The kind that makes producers sweat and fans double-check every past episode. Stick around, because what we've uncovered about Martell Holt might just blow your mind and make you question everything you thought you knew about your favorite reality star. Martell Holt's world, the one that once gleamed with reality TV fame, designer suits, and picture-perfect family moments, has come crashing down in a way that no scriptwriter could ever invent. He went from being the charming, confident star of Love and Marriage Huntsville, admired by fans for his charisma and entrepreneurial flair, to the center of a federal investigation that has left everyone questioning everything they thought they knew about him. For years, Martell carefully curated an image of success and sophistication, balancing businesses, kids, and a public persona that made him appear untouchable. Social media feeds were filled with smiling selfies, luxury vacations, and carefully staged family moments. But behind that veneer, the cracks were forming in ways the public never saw. Whispers followed him for years, minor controversies, sudden outbursts, and moments that didn't quite fit the polished image he projected on camera. Small allegations of domestic disputes and questionable decisions floated in tabloids, easily dismissed as exaggerated celebrity drama, but looking back now, those were warning signs of a storm that was building quietly, relentlessly and invisibly until it could no longer be ignored. Anonymous sources have hinted at a double life, a Martell Holt who thrived on the camera while allegedly making reckless choices behind closed doors, a man whose charm could not shield him from consequences. Financial extravagance, risky business maneuvers, and nights of indulgence are all whispered in hushed tones by those who claim to know him well, painting a picture that contrasts sharply with the family-friendly image broadcast to millions. The pattern of controversies over the years made this moment almost inevitable, a culmination of missteps and miscalculations colliding in a public spectacle that is impossible to ignore. Fans, once loyal and protective, now scroll through social media feeds dissecting every past interview, every Instagram post, searching for the Martell they used to know, only to find that the cracks were there all along. Public perception is brutal and relentless, and in Martell's case, the narrative is amplified by the very fame he once relied on. What once attracted viewers and investors now repels them, turning admiration into scrutiny and curiosity into judgment. This is not just about a failed appeal or a single headline. This is a cultural event, a moment that challenges the way celebrity, accountability, and legal consequences intersect. Every step Martell took in building his empire, every calculated move to maintain his image, now faces a lens sharper than any camera ever could provide. The FBI's involvement, the leaked reports, and the mounting speculation create a perfect storm of drama and suspense that even reality television could not have scripted. For a man who once seemed untouchable, whose name was synonymous with charm and success, the facade has cracked, revealing a story filled with tension, secrecy, and the undeniable reality that no level of fame can insulate someone from the consequences of their actions. The public watches with a mix of fascination and judgment, knowing that the story unfolding is one of complete transformation, from adored celebrity to controversial figure, and the questions raised by this scandal will linger long after the headlines fade. The fallout from Martell Holt's scandal intensified as more details began to surface, each revelation painting a picture far more chaotic than anyone could have imagined, and the public's reaction was instantaneous, relentless, and merciless. Anonymous sources claimed that Martell's life off-camera involved not just questionable decisions, but a series of reckless choices that seemed to spiral further out of control over the years. From extravagant spending sprees to alleged shady business dealings that insiders say raised serious red flags among investors and partners. Social media erupted with speculation and outrage as fans combed through his past posts and videos, dissecting every word and gesture for clues about what could have led to this moment. And the internet quickly turned into a digital courtroom where Martell was tried, judged, and sentenced by millions of viewers. Allegations from unnamed associates suggested that nights of excessive partying and interactions with individuals of questionable character were common, and some insiders hinted at financial mismanagement that could have put his business ventures at risk long before the FBI's intervention. Meanwhile, public commentary ranged from schadenfreude to disbelief, with former fans expressing shock that someone they once admired could be embroiled in such serious controversy, while others debated whether fame and media scrutiny had amplified the situation unfairly. Leaked reports, which may or may not have been entirely verified, claimed that Martell's influence within his own business operations had started to wane as tensions with partners grew, suggesting that the very empire he built on charisma and television appearances was beginning to crack under pressure. Social media platforms became battlegrounds of opinion, with some defending him as a victim of circumstances while others treated every post and public appearance as further evidence of guilt and irresponsibility. And this division only fueled the media frenzy. The narrative presented to the public combined elements of scandal, betrayal, and the collapse of a carefully maintained image, making it difficult for observers to separate fact from speculation. Yet the overall impression was undeniable. Martell's life and career were in a state of freefall. As the story continued to unfold, journalists, bloggers, and commentators added their own layers of dramatic interpretation, citing supposed insider accounts and questionable documents, and each new piece of information seemed to heighten the sense that Martell had miscalculated the consequences of his actions, believing that fame could shield him from scrutiny and accountability. Investors and business associates reportedly began distancing themselves, while television producers weighed the risk of continued association, and the combination of public outrage and professional instability created a tension that no press release or carefully curated social media update could mitigate. Every revelation, every rumor, and every reaction built upon the previous one, creating a snowball effect of suspicion, curiosity, and anticipation, and in this maelstrom, Martell's once pristine public image seemed irreparably tarnished, leaving both fans and critics wondering how he could possibly recover or redefine himself after such a dramatic unraveling. As the scandal surrounding Martell Holt continued to unfold, the consequences became impossible to ignore, touching every corner of his life from his career to his personal relationships, and the intensity of public scrutiny only seemed to grow with each passing day. Networks that once featured him prominently began quietly re-evaluating their association, casting doubt on whether his role in reality television could survive the damage to his reputation, and insiders suggested that producers were already discussing contingency plans, scripts that minimized his presence, or in some cases, complete removal from ongoing projects. Sponsors and business partners, who had once eagerly aligned themselves with his brand, reportedly started to pull back, hesitant to risk public backlash or financial loss in the wake of the allegations. And this withdrawal threatened to unravel years of carefully cultivated business ventures. Meanwhile, Martell's social media presence became a battleground where every post, comment, or appearance was analyzed, criticized, and used as evidence of either defiance or desperation, and the public's fascination transformed into relentless judgment, leaving little room for nuance or forgiveness. On a personal level, the ramifications were equally severe, with family dynamics strained under the weight of media attention and legal complications. And sources close to Martell indicated that co-parenting arrangements and custody considerations had become complicated, influenced not only by the public perception of the case, but by the official legal proceedings themselves. The financial impact was mounting as well, with legal fees, potential fines, and business losses combining to create a pressure that was both immediate and long-term. And every attempt to stabilize income streams seemed overshadowed by the ongoing scandal. Public discourse became a mix of outrage, debate, and dark humor, with commentators dissecting every detail of Martell's actions, alleged missteps, and courtroom appearances, turning the situation into a cultural conversation that went far beyond celebrity gossip. The narrative shifted from speculation about wrongdoing to an examination of accountability, fame, and the limits of public tolerance, and this broader discussion only intensified the spotlight on Martell, making it clear that no amount of charm or media savvy could fully contain the fallout. Critics argued that his career and reputation were permanently altered, while supporters contended that the system and media frenzy had exaggerated the consequences, And this clash of perspectives created an ongoing tension that dominated headlines and social media feeds alike. Every interaction, whether in business, media, or personal life, was now filtered through the lens of the scandal. And Martell's every move was scrutinized for signs of remorse, strategy, or further controversy. In the midst of this storm, it became increasingly evident that the path forward would require more than just a public apology or calculated media appearances. It would demand genuine accountability, a reassessment of priorities, and a willingness to navigate both legal and social repercussions with humility and transparency. The once celebrated television star now faces a reality where fame offers no protection, where public perception shapes opportunities, and where every decision carries amplified consequences, leaving Martell Holt in a position where rebuilding trust, reputation, and stability will be an uphill battle that stretches far beyond the glare of camera lights and social media notifications. So, what do you think is really happening behind the scenes with Martell Holt? Was this just a shocking lapse in judgment, or is there a much bigger story that no one is telling us yet? The questions keep piling up, and the answers might surprise you. We've seen the fall from grace, the public outrage, and the professional consequences, but the next chapter is still unwritten. Could Martell manage a comeback, or is this the point of no return? How will his family, career, and brand survive this storm? And most importantly, what does this tell us about fame, accountability, and the limits of celebrity in today's world? We want to hear what you think, so don't just sit there. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, share your theories, and let the conversation explode. Hit that like button if you were shocked by this story and subscribe for more updates, because the saga isn't over, and you won't want to miss what comes next. Turn on the notifications so you're the first to know every twist, rumor, and revelation in this unfolding drama. This is the kind of story that keeps evolving, and your opinion matters. Join us as we dig deeper, uncover more details, and continue exposing the truths that everyone is talking about, but no one has fully revealed yet.